Hey guys, this is a segment from the Slumpbuster Podcast. You can find the full episode on any of the various podcast platforms, or of course, subscribe to us on YouTube for more of our content. Other than that, guys, sit down, bust a slump, and enjoy. So regarding the Cowboys, they started off last season pretty hot. I believe they started the season 4-0, if I'm not mistaken, beating up on teams such as the Miami Dolphins, the Washington, at the time, Redskins, and the New York Giants as well. Their offseason can be summarized not so much by the additions that they did make or the players that they let go, but the players that they didn't re-sign necessarily. So Dak Prescott, his contract negotiation continues to be one of the biggest headlines in the NFL. Of course, the big issue when it comes to Dak is not knowing what that right number is. Well, the Cowboys are definitely out there to put some pressure on Dak to perform because their first overall selection this year was going to be CeeDee Lamb, very talented wide receiver out of Oklahoma. They've added pieces to their defense that included Gerald McCoy, who unfortunately just suffered a knee injury to end his year. He will be gone. But Everson Griffin, who is one of the best defensive ends in football over the last few years, a consistent double-digit sack guy. Bewilders me how the Cowboys were able to get him on a cheap deal. They got Aldon Smith to come out of retirement. The last time we saw Aldon Smith on the field wasn't necessarily his best. The guy had a problem with drinking, alcohol, DUIs. Hopefully he's got his life together. If he does, guy's a physical freak. So DeMarcus Lawrence, Aldon Smith, Everson Griffin, that is quite the pass-rushing tandem. Overall, when I look at the talent objectively for the Dallas Cowboys, this has potential to be one of the best teams in football. Will they is the biggest question. And that's without even saying their newest head coaching hire, Mike McCarthy, who is a Super Bowl winning head coach. How much credit you want to give to Aaron Rodgers in that Super Bowl versus to McCarthy himself, that's up for debate. But he has been there. He has been in the biggest moments. So can he take this Cowboys organization to the show? Dre, your thoughts?
I don't know if he will exactly get all the way to the Super Bowl this year, but like you said, they definitely made a lot of big moves on both the offensive and the defensive side. So you mentioned a whole lot of names, also Clinton Dix, and a lot of other key pieces that they've added. And, the Aldon Smith signing, especially because it was such a small deal for, at one point, one of the best players in the league, if not the best player in the league, that could be a lot of upside if he's clean, if he's healthy, and mentally on straight. So I think that you're right. This team has a really high ceiling, and it's definitely the show-out year for Dak, right? I think Dak knows that, okay, I've been franchise tagged. I'm basically going to play this season. So he's going to be motivated, hopefully, right, to perform his best. At the addition of CeeDee Lamb gives him just one more key piece that it's like, hey, if you can't do it this year, you're just never going to do it, right? And then he's also got
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, right? So yeah, and Andy Dalton, isn't necessarily the best backup quarterback, right? Or well, actually, he might be a pretty decent backup quarterback, but it's enough to keep Dak motivated. So I think no matter what happens, from a talent standpoint, this team should be set. And I do think Mike McCarthy still has those sort of coaching chops. I don't know if locking yourself in a farmhouse was the best idea, but I do think that this team's going to perform really well. And I actually do have them finishing first in the NFC East, going 11-5.
Well, to Cowboys Nation's disappointment, I still have them finishing second behind the Eagles. I have them going 9-7 this year, which still has them with a winning record. I just am kind of scared of the year after year mediocrity that this organization has managed to put out despite the level of talent. I don't know what this team needs to do to be at that level of a Super Bowl contender. But when I look at them on paper, I think at least a 1-year coaching hire, this transition year, might not be the best year for them to compete. Though, like you said, I forgot about the Andy Dalton signing, to be honest. This is also a big year for Dak to stay healthy, because if Andy Dalton could get in some games, you're telling me he has a wide receiving core of Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb. And from all indications out of Cowboys camp, CeeDee Lamb has been the best wide receiver on the field. So you look at that guy's game tape, he is definitely a game breaker. They have Zeke Elliott still in their backfield. They did lose their center this year due to retirement, but I think this team is still going to be competitive. They're not going to be an easy game to play for any of the top teams in the NFC. In fact, even my Niners played them late in the year, and I look at that matchup and I was, who do I see walking away with the win in this outcome? Overall, the Cowboys are going to be tough. They're going to be gritty. I just don't know if I'm ready to have them make that jump yet. What was the overall record you had them finishing with, though, Dre?
I had them actually up at 11-5 for the Cowboys.
Okay. So, again, solid season. Coming from a year in which they finished 8-8, I think that they would definitely take that. But the main thing is going to be for them, are they back in the playoffs? That's what a lot of Cowboy fans want to really know when they think about this team.